As a young man growing up, I used to love the Greek mythology myths, and in particular the stories of Zeus. Apart from the fact that he was, king of all the gods, the dude was forever, well, he was like the Marvin Gaye of his time. He was always getting it on. And then I realized why. He was wearing Elysium. Interestingly, Elysium actually is part of Greek mythology, and it's where all the heroes went. So, essentially, after they came to Earth, did their heroic things, they would go to Elysium to chill. Naturally, they would be wearing this. But it gives you an idea of the perfumer, Roger Dove, what he was actually trying to create, or the sort of the feeling that he was trying to generate with this fragrance. Now, I came across Elysium not long ago, probably about 3-4 months ago. I was privileged to be part of a masterclass, and there was a surprise guest. It was actually Roger Dove himself, and he went through all his different fragrances that he's created. Actually, he's got something like a library of 60 fragrances. We didn't do all 60. We probably did about 10. And this one here he spoke about in length, and it drew my eye instantly. I guess you're always looking for a fragrance that can be worn comfortably. I mean, I know I have got some of the fragrances in my collection that are very specific for different moods, for the way that I feel, if it's a cold day or a warm day, or if I'm going into a particular meeting or something like that. But you also want a fragrance that you can wear no matter what. So it's almost like it's an easy go-to fragrance. I've got a few of those. I did mention previously, Aventus for me is one of those. It's an easy go-to fragrance. And this one here, I don't know if I don't want to categorize them, which one is first, which one is second, because this one here I go to all the time. It's an easy fragrance to wear. I get a lot of great compliments when I am wearing it. I feel amazing. So this fragrance here, there's something special about it. The fragrance is spectacular. It smells amazing. All right, let me smell it. So let me run through it with you. As you can see, the actual spray itself is awesome. It has a wonderful spread. Ooh, mama. All right, so this fragrance is considered as a fougere, meaning that it starts off citrus, it goes herbaceous in that heart, and then finally sort of green notes near the end. So it stays a nice sort of fresh green sort of a style of fragrance. Now, I want the opening note again, because the opening notes are just sexy, baby. Yeah. So opening notes, classic, sort of classic fragrance. Starts off very fresh. So it's those wonderful citruses, things like lime. I know in there is grapefruit. And for me, the grapefruit pops really quickly. It has a wonderful opening there. There's also in that opening note lavender and a fragrance called galbanum. Now galbanum has a nice woody sort of balsamic sort of fragrance to it. Then, as always, in that heart note, there are flowers and things like, now the one thing that Roger said when he was doing the masterclass was that he lists some of the ingredients, but there are many, many different oils in here to construct. But he names a few just to give you a benchmark. So, when you start saying, it has lavender in the opening and et cetera, in actual fact, and I've actually read that this one here also in the opening has a musk note in there, when traditionally musks are used as a base, but he purposely put it in early, and it's really just to, I guess, bring that level of animalic into it early in the piece, rather than just wait for it to dry down in the base. As I mentioned, in the heart notes, there are things like the flowers, which is jasmine, I think lily of the valley is in there, roses, vetiver. I also know there's a fruity accord in there, so that keeps the fragrance nice and light. Things like apple, blackcurrant, juniper is also in there. Finally, in the base, now the base notes, when you read them on card, they come across as like, you think it's going to settle into a much heavier place. Things like ambergris, leather, labdanum, which is a plant-based musk style of scent about it too. Now, this fragrance here on me, I get massive, amazing longevity out of it. The first 2 to 3 hours, the sillage on it is fabulous. When I'm wearing this baby, I'm getting a lot of great compliments of, of how beautiful it smells. probably about 3 or 4 hours down, it does shrink, the silage does shrink, and it becomes moderate. All right, so I get nice strong silage at the start, but then it comes down into a more moderate silage. It never stays as a body fragrance or a body scent, okay? When it comes to longevity, I'm getting a comfortable 6 to 7 hours on this. So spray in the morning, I can comfortably still be smelling this when I get home late at night. For me, I love this fragrance. I really enjoy wearing it. It's something that it surprises me in the sense that at different times, even now as I'm speaking, I can smell different notes in there. I really enjoy wearing this particular fragrance, and more importantly, my wife loves it. So I do get a lot of oohs and ahs when I wear this fragrance around my family, around my wife. It's a fragrance that gives you natural confidence. As I said, I mean, it makes you feel like a god, you know. So, and if Zeus was wearing this, well, you know, well, anyway. The other great thing about it is, I'm going to get religious on you, and one of the ingredients in there, being galbanum, is actually referenced in the Bible. So this is Exodus 30. Bear with me here. Exodus 30. God is talking to Moses, and he says to him, the Lord said unto Moses, take unto thee sweet spices and galbanum, and thou shalt make it a perfume. So that gives you an idea of what we're talking about here. Roger has used ingredients that have been around for quite a while that even God knew. Anyway. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Strongly recommend Elysium by Roger Dove. It's an awesome fragrance. It's an excellent one for your collection. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so that when more of these videos come out, that you can be part of that conversation. What fragrances have you seen that I should know about? I want to know. I love fragrances. I love testing out new things. I like to be surprised by stuff that I just haven't seen before. So make sure you put that in the comments because I'd like to know more about it.